Your first horse should cost less than your car, and no more than you do. That's the golden rule I swear by. You don't need a $20,000 pedigree to find a calm, willing partner. What you need is heart, brains, and a steady ride. And there are breeds that deliver exactly that, often for under $5,000. In this video, we're counting down 15 affordable horse breeds perfect for first-time owners. At the very end, you'll also get to know 3 breeds that you should avoid as a first-timer. But before you meet them, let's talk about what matters when choosing your first horse. If you're just getting into horses, go for one with a good head on their shoulders. It should be calm, steady, and a little forgiving. Because let's be honest, you're going to make a few mistakes. You want a horse that's easy to handle, easy to train, and doesn't freak out over little things. Older and well-trained beats young and high-strung any day. And don't get too hung up on pedigree. How they behave matters way more. If you're on a budget, skip the shiny, high-maintenance types. Look at grade horses or even retired race horses. Just make sure to get a vet check first. And don't forget the long-term costs, such as feed, farrier, and vet care. The goal here isn't flash. It's a horse that'll teach you, not scare you. Got all that? Good. Now let's get into the horses that check those boxes and won't break the bank, starting with one that doesn't care about papers. Kicking things off strong, grade horses. Though they're not a true breed, grade horses often have the kind of trust, and toughness beginners dream of. They don't come with fancy bloodlines, but they show up with heart. They're mix and match horses, some accidental, some on purpose, but all of them have heart and history. You won't find them in breed registries, but you will find them doing exactly what new riders need, showing up steady, honest, and ready to bond. Prices usually range from $1,500 to $5,000. Depending on training, temperament, and age, many are more affordable than purebreds, and they're often less prone to genetic issues thanks to diverse ancestry. Grade horses suit first-time owners because they're steady, willing, and easy to connect with. They aren't bred for ribbons, but built for real-life partnership. And for someone just starting, that kind of bond matters more than any pedigree ever could. Next up, a horse that's as loud on the outside as it is loyal inside. Landing. Next is the appaloosa. There's spotted, and then there's appaloosa spotted. Loud, proud, and impossible to ignore. Originally bred by the Nez Perce tribe in the Pacific Northwest, appaloosas are known for their bold coat patterns and just as bold personalities. Prices usually land between $1,000 and $10,000, depending on age, training, and those eye-catching spots. Horses with leopard or blanket markings often bring in a bit more. They've got a muscular build, solid feet, and a brain that keeps things interesting. Some are calm and kid-friendly, while others are a little spicy and like to test limits. So if you are a first-time owner, look for one that's already been well-handled. They're incredibly loyal, brave on the trail, and often develop strong bonds with their person. Not every appaloosa is beginner-friendly, but find the right match, and you'll have a steady, striking partner with a bold streak. Now for the pint-sized powerhouse with a surprising amount of sass. Trotting in with sass is the Shetland pony. Though small in size, Shetland ponies carry themselves like they own the place. And honestly, they often do. These ponies come from the rugged Shetland Islands of Scotland, where they were bred to be strong, hardy, and resourceful. They were once used to pull carts and carry heavy loads, which explains their stocky build and no-nonsense attitude. Despite standing low to the ground, they're anything but fragile. Prices range from $1,000 to $8,000. Depending on training, age, and how polished their manners are. For first-time owners with horse-savvy kids or a good sense of humor, a well-trained Shetland can be a solid choice. They're sturdy, low-maintenance, and often full of charm. But they do need boundaries. With the right handling, they'll teach you just as much as they'll entertain. They're small horses with big lessons to offer, and just enough mischief to keep things interesting. Ever ridden a horse that feels like you're floating on air? The next horse delivers just that. At number 12, Paso Fino. Some horses move smoothly, but the Paso Fino glides. Their natural gait, called the paso, is soft, quick, and smooth. You barely feel a bump in the saddle. That's why they're good for riders with sore joints or sensitive backs. Even on long rides, they stay comfortable. Trail ready. Paso finos usually cost between $3,000 and $8,000. Horses with champion bloodlines can go for $50,000 or more. At auctions, some foals and young fillies sell for under $1,000. Older horses with light training often range from $2,500 to $4,000. Paso finos come from Latin America and were bred from Spanish colonial horses. They may look refined, but they're hardy and dependable. Many are also people-loving and calm. For beginners, they're a treat to ride. They are also easy on the body, easy to enjoy, and once you sit on one, most other gaits just feel clunky. If you're loving this breakdown, hit that subscribe button. We've got more horse tips, breed guides, and rider hacks coming your way. All right, here comes a gentle giant with more patience than most trainers. Percheron comes in next at number 11. Big doesn't always mean bold, and Percherons prove it every time. These gentle giants may look intimidating with their massive build and strong arched necks, but they're some of the kindest horses you'll meet. They were bred in France to carry knights into battle, but later became famous for pulling heavy loads with quiet strength and steady patience. A mature, well-trained Percheron costs around $5,000, though prices can range from $1,000 to $10,000 depending on age, training, and size. You might think they'd cost a fortune, but many Percherons don't, especially for what they can do. They stand tall, often between 16 and 18 hands, and carry weight without fuss. Calm, tolerant, and solid under pressure, they rarely spook. That makes them a great match for first-time owners who feel more at ease on a horse that's steady and forgiving. So, if you want quiet power with a soft heart, the Percheron delivers. Now get ready to meet a big, bold, and calm fairy tale horse. Taking the 10th position is the Clydesdale. The first time I stood next to a Clydesdale, I felt tiny and oddly calm. They're massive, with towering legs, broad chests, and feet with feathered elegance that look like they stepped straight out of a storybook. But for all their size, they're surprisingly gentle. These horses were bred in Scotland to pull heavy loads, and they've held on to that quiet workhorse mindset. Most Clydesdales cost between $4,000 and $35,000, depending on their training, age, and build. Some go for more, especially if they've been shown or come from a well-known line. They usually stand over 16 hands tall and have a calm, steady way of moving. For beginners, riding something that feels grounded and patient matters more than speed or flash. They're strong, steady, and won't rush you, and that's exactly what new riders need. The next breed moves like butter and barely blinks at trail chaos. Trotting next in our list is the Missouri Fox Trotter. The first time you ride a Missouri Fox Trotter, you'll wonder why every horse doesn't move like this. Their signature gait feels more like a glide than a trot. It's smooth, balanced, and easy on your body, which helps a ton when you're trying to sit, steer, and breathe without bouncing off the saddle. Most sell for $3,000 to $20,000, depending on training, age, and pedigree. You can find steady trail partners in the mid-range and polished show horses at the top. These horses were originally bred in the Ozark Mountains to handle rocky terrain all day long. That's why they're so sure-footed, so comfortable, and so reliable. They're gentle, patient, and won't spook at every leaf. For a beginner, that kind of steady energy is gold. You want brains, heart, and a no-fuss attitude? This next horse checks all three. Connemara pony takes the 8th position. There's something special about a Connemara pony. It's not just the ride, it's the way they carry themselves. These ponies are steady, smart, and surprisingly strong for their size. They're the kind of horse that helps you learn without making you feel like you're learning. Originally from the rugged west coast of Ireland, they were bred to work, jump, and carry riders across rocky hills. Most fall in the $8,500 to $50,000 range, depending on age, training, and quality. A young or green Connemara might cost less, but well-trained ponies with good movement and a kind mind usually sit toward the middle or upper end. They're athletic without being hot, gentle without being dull, and smart enough to keep you on your toes. On trails, over jumps, or learning to post, a Connemara makes it easier and more fun. This next horse got cute covers, but don't let that fool you. Next in line is the Welsh pony. Cute is the beginning. Welsh ponies bring brains, grit, and all-around talent to the table. Whether you're 7 or 60, you'll find a section that fits just right. Section A is the tiny mountain goat of ponies, perfect for small kids and carts. Section B handles older kids and small adults like a pro. Section C blends strength and style, while Section D, the Welsh cob, steps into dressage like it was born for it. They're easy to train, quick to bond, and versatile enough for jumping, driving, or pony club chaos. Even better, they handle rough terrain like they were built for it, because they were. These ponies come from the rugged hills of Wales and have a work ethic that's hard to match. Expect to pay anywhere from $3,000 to $15,000, depending on age, training, and section. For many first-timers, a Welsh is the perfect mix of fun, brain, and heart. Some horses make you feel like you've been riding for years. This next one does just that. Gliding into the 6th position is the Tennessee walking horse. The moment you feel that glide, you'll understand why people stay loyal to Tennessee walkers for life. This breed is all about comfort. Their natural 4-beat gait, called the running walk, is smooth enough to make a beginner feel like a pro. No bouncing, no struggling to keep up, just miles of easy riding. They're calm, social, and love attention. You'll find them in trail rides, therapy programs, and beginner lessons because they make people feel safe, not because they're lazy, but because they know how to read a rider and meet them where they are. Most sell between $1,500 and $10,000, depending on training, age, and experience. Older trail veterans with years under the saddle often fall right in the sweet spot for first-time buyers. If you want your first rides to feel more like a cruise than a workout, the Tennessee walking horse is ready to carry you there. And if you want trail comfort and a built-in chill mode, this one delivers both. The Icelandic comes in next. You don't ride an Icelandic horse. You glide, bounce free, across trails like you're floating on a cloud. Thanks to their unique gait, called the tolt, beginners love them. It's smooth, stable, and easy to sit. Even if your balance is still a work in progress, some even offer a second bonus gait, the flying pace, if you are ready to level up. They may look small, but they're strong and sturdy. Bred in Iceland's rugged terrain, they're built for mountains, snow, and rocky ground. That makes them perfect for beginners who need a calm and sure-footed horse. They're friendly, smart, and full of personality, but rarely pushy. Most riding-ready Icelandics range from $1,500 to $23,000, depending on age, gait quality, and training. For a steady start with a little magic under saddle, this is it. If you're looking for a sturdy, small, and surprisingly smooth horse, you'll want to meet the next one. Coming in golden and game, meet the Haflinger. There's something about a Haflinger that makes first-time owners smile. It could be the golden coat and that striking flaxen mane, or the calm, no-drama attitude. Some say it's the way they treat beginners, as if they've done this 100 times before. Originally bred in the mountains of Austria and northern Italy, Haflingers were made to be tough, kind, and hardworking. That combo stuck. Today, they're known for being honest, gentle, and up for just about anything. They're small enough to feel manageable, but strong enough to carry adults with ease. Their calm nature helps new riders stay relaxed, and their intelligence makes training feel less like a chore. Most Haflingers fall in the $3,500 to $10,000 range, though top-tier show horses can go beyond $20,000. For first-timers looking for a reliable, lovable ride with personality and heart, a Haflinger is hard to beat. The next horse practically winks at beginners. Up next, the American paint horse. There's flash, and then there's a paint horse trotting toward you in the sun. With their bold markings and solid build, paints catch eyes, but they keep hearts because of how easy they are to be around. They're steady around people, easy to handle, and happiest when they have something to do. That's why they're a favorite for first-timers, looking for something dependable but not boring. They're also smart enough to learn quickly and gentle enough not to punish your beginner horse riding mistakes. Their prices fall between $1,000 and $5,000, depending on age, health, and bloodlines. When you find a well-trained paint with a calm mind and the right amount of flash, you've got a beginner's dream with serious style. Now, don't let the coat of this next horse steal your attention. What's underneath is even better. At position 2, Morgan horse. When you need one horse to do it all and make you feel like you know what you're doing, the Morgan delivers. This breed is willing, smart, and easy to get along with. Morgans adjust to your pace. If you're nervous, they slow down. If you're ready to learn, they step up. They're steady under saddle, smooth in movement, and always tuned in to their rider. They've got compact, muscular bodies and strong backs that carry adults or teens without effort. And they're just plain enjoyable to be around. Confident without being pushy, social without being clingy. Originally bred in the US for work, war, and family life, Morgans are one of the most versatile and beginner-friendly breeds around. Most fall between $1,000 and $10,000, depending on age, health, and training. For first-time owners, they are the kind of horses that build confidence. Let's now for the breed that was made to make you feel like a pro, even when you're not. And leading the pack, with no drama, is the American Quarter Horse. If you had to bet on one breed to carry you through your first riding years with patience, power, and zero drama, it's the American Quarter Horse. These horses are calm, focused, and steady enough to forgive your rookie moments. They're easy to train, eager to please, and built for balance. That's why you'll see them in almost every riding discipline, from Western pleasure to ranch work to beginner-friendly trail rides. They earned their name for being lightning fast over a quarter mile, but they're more than just muscle. Quarter horses are dependable, even-tempered, and make learning feel simple. You'll find foals for around $2,000, and trained adults run $5,000 to $10,000, depending on age, training, and pedigree. Whether you're sorting cows, learning groundwork, or just riding for fun, this breed gives you the kind of smooth start every new rider hopes for. Before you go horse shopping, there's something you need to know. Not every horse is a match for beginners. Some are stunning, no doubt. But when you're still learning, beauty and spirit can turn into stress and saddle trouble. So, let's talk about 3 breeds that might look tempting, but are better saved for later down the road. Number 3, Arabians. Arabians are gorgeous, no doubt, but they've got energy for days and a mind that moves faster than most beginners can keep up with. These horses are sharp, sensitive, and built for speed and endurance. That sounds great, until you're trying to learn the basics and your horse is already 2 steps ahead. For a first-time rider, that kind of intensity can make things harder than they need to be. They're not bad horses, just better suited for someone with more saddle time. Watch them, love them, but maybe don't ride one just yet. Number 2, Thoroughbreds. Fast, lean, and built like athletes, these horses are made for the track and not the training ring. They're sharp, sensitive, and often carry a lot of nervous energy. That's a tough mix if you're still learning the ropes. Even off the racetrack, many stay high-strung and reactive. Miss a cue or give the wrong signal, and you might find yourself in over your head. They're incredible horses in the right hands, but for a first-time rider, they can be more stress than fun. Save the thoroughbred dream for later once your confidence and balance are fully in place. Number 1, Shires. It's hard to call a 2,000-pound draft horse a beginner's best friend. Shires might be gentle, but their size turns everyday care into a full-body workout. Just getting them ready, picking hooves, throwing on the tack, and leading them out is such a workout when you're still figuring things out. They eat like machines, need reinforced stalls, and won't fit just anywhere. Their calm nature can be inviting, but one misstep with a horse that size isn't easy to brush off. Until you've built up experience and maybe some muscle, Shires are better admired from a distance than wrestled through your first riding lesson. And that's it. Now you know which horses are worth a shot if you are a beginner. But owning one's just the start. Want to turn that horse into your best buddy? Tap the next video. Ways to make a horse a friend. To learn the simple things that build trust, connection, and real partnership, starting from day 1.